This is the Galaxy Watch 5. I replaced my Galaxy Watch 4 by the Galaxy Watch 5, and after using it for about a month, I think now it's a good time to tell you guys what I really think about it. So there is no massive changes between the Galaxy Watch 4 and the Galaxy Watch 5, but there is some. The screen is made of sapphire crystal glass, and it's supposed to be more resistant than the Gorilla Glass, and so far, well, so far so good. Sometimes with the Galaxy Watch 4, I had some issue to read the screen when I was outside because the screen wasn't bright enough. But with the Galaxy Watch 5, I didn't have this kind of issue, as you can see here. The shape of the sensor is also different from the Galaxy Watch 4. With the Galaxy Watch 5, it's a little bit bigger, and it helps to make sure that the skin touches the sensors. There's a lot of similarities between the Galaxy Watch 4 and the Galaxy Watch 5, and the only thing that you can see from the appearance is the power button that is reddish on the Galaxy Watch 5. Ouais, Baboun.
Ouais, ça va?
Ouais, ça va. Il neige hein, aujourd'hui, donc faut que tu fasses attention sur la route. Hein.
Ouais, je sais, ouais.
Ok, bon bah c'est juste ça.
Ouais, j'arrive là, de toute façon.
Ok, allez, fais attention, ouais. Bye. I use my watch a lot when it comes to phone call, and I didn't have any issue when I was talking to someone. They didn't have any issue to listen and to hear what I said, and me, I didn't have any issue to hear what they say, so it's a thumbs up. So I'm using Gboard to text this message, and so far I like it a lot, and I think it's better than the Samsung keyboard. I mean, the Samsung keyboard is okay, but not as accurate as the Gboard keyboard. When it comes to text message, I installed the Google Gboard on my Galaxy Watch 5, and I prefer it more than the Samsung keyboard because it's just more accurate. But honestly, I also prefer using the voice to text feature with the Google Gboard. Another thing that I like with the Galaxy Watch 5 that has been introduced already with the Galaxy Watch 4 and Wear OS 3 more generally is the Google Assistant. Hey Google, where can I grab a coffee?
I found a few places near you.
For that, you'll need
Hey Google, where is the nearest place to have a drink?
to connect to a Wi-Fi
I found a
network
few
first.
places near you.
Hey Google, send a text message to Amy on WhatsApp.
For that, you'll need to connect to a Wi-Fi network first.
All right, what's the message?
Yeah, forget about it.
All right.
It's been few months that I haven't been consistent with my fitness routine, but when I bought this watch, I went into running, and if you're into running and you're serious about that, you might find the GPS a bit odd, because according to the sensors of the Galaxy Watch 5, when I went into running, it seems that I went into the water. The Samsung Health apps remains a pretty complete applications with different activities to pick from, and the application itself provides you enough information to track your activity. The Galaxy Watch 5 isn't a big improvement over the Galaxy Watch 4 because at the end of the day, what the Galaxy Watch 5 can do, the Galaxy Watch 4 could also do. So you would have features such as blood oxygen, sleep tracking, body composition, ECG, blood pressure. About blood pressure, to use that feature, you first need to calibrate your watch with some kind of a machine that I don't own. So personally, I didn't got to try this feature. But the area where I find the Galaxy Watch 5 to do better than the Galaxy Watch 4 is when it comes to the battery. So by default, the always-on display, the AOD, it's a battery hog. But at the same time, it's annoying to always do that motion, to raise your wrist so to see the time. Sometimes I just want to know what time it is just by looking at my watch. Having a watch face with a nice AOD is still nicer than just a black screen. The watch face I'm using is the Polar Analog from AMOLED watch faces. AMOLED watch face has a lot of watch faces that are battery efficient. But every time I use the always-on display, I always wonder how many battery these pixels that are constantly turned on will eat at the end of the day. Whether you use AOD or not, the question of the battery life is crucial, and I took a month to charge the Galaxy Watch 5 with and without AOD. When I was using the always-on display, I left the race to wake enable and I turned off the features I don't need, so the heart rate was set to manual and the Wi-Fi was turned off. When using this setting, at 6:35 AM, my battery life was at 100%, and at 8:56 PM, my battery life was at 48%, and the next morning, at 7:15 AM, my battery life was at 21%. When the always-on display was turned off, at 8:21 AM, the battery life was at 100%, and the next day at 8:48 PM, the battery life was at 21%. So the battery life may be slightly better than on the Galaxy Watch 4, but it will still be a watch that you will need to charge on a day-to-day basis if you plan to use the always-on display. I decided to turn off the always-on display because I like to have more buffering when it comes to the battery life. And also, even when the screen is turned off, I still find this watch to feel aesthetically pleasing. But what makes the Galaxy Watch 5 better than the Galaxy Watch 4 is that it comes with fast charging, and it does deliver. I charged my watch when it was at 21%, and 17 minutes later it was at 80%, and 22 minutes later it was at 100%. So basically it took 39 minutes to charge my Galaxy Watch 5. So to give you an idea, with the Galaxy Watch 4 it would take me more than 1 hour to charge my battery life. I usually charge my watch at the morning when I wake up, and by the time I have my breakfast and get ready for whatever I have to do in the morning, my battery life is fully charged. So fast charging is a very welcome feature. Should you buy it? Well, if it's your first smartwatch, or if you're considering upgrading your smartwatch that is at least 2 years old, then the Galaxy Watch 5 is a solid choice. But if you have the Galaxy Watch 4 already and you're considering upgrading to the Galaxy Watch 5, then it's a bit more tricky because, as I said, the only gain you'll get from the Galaxy Watch 5 will be the fast charging. But if you want even more battery life on a single charge and you don't mind having a bulky watch on your wrist, you may consider the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, but it's more expensive.